Hello, everybody. It's Tara from TaraByMogo.com, and today I have a very interesting reading for you because this is a little bit for the old heads. A subscriber asked me to read on Toni Braxton and Babyface. Wait, is his real name? I think they said Kenny. I'll check it out. But the last time I remember hearing Toni Braxton's name is, I think this was a few years ago when there was an article that she was dating Birdman, and I was like, what? Toni Braxton and Birdman? That doesn't seem like her type. But this subscriber told me that Birdman and Toni is PR. It's a very long story, but Toni and Babyface are really dating, but they're not talking to each other, and he's talking to somebody else. So they want me to ask my cards what's going on with them. So that's what I'm gonna do today. All right, let's get started. So first, actually, before I start reading on them, I actually want to see what their relationship was like in the past, because from what I remember, obviously Babyface, he was a singer. Toni as well. I mean, they both still sing, but I believe that he produced a lot of her hits. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But this is the music that I grew up on. It's just I was a kid, so I didn't really know what was going on behind the scenes. So I'm interested to see what their past relationship was like and if they had anything going on way back then. Okay, so let's see. And I'm looking at a photo of them together. It looks like they're at the Grammys. Man, Toni is so beautiful. All right, let's see. Oh. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. I'll talk about that card once I draw. So let's see. Another one. You know what? I'm glad that I decided to ask this question. Okay, so essentially, all I did a very simple spread. I asked, how did Toni feel about Babyface, Kenny in the past? How did he feel about her? What was the energy of their relationship? Well, actually, this just fell out. But also whether or not they actually had a past relationship. And the reason why I like to use this deck, this cat tarot deck, is because it's very nostalgic and it's very sweet. And whenever I get a feeling that a relationship is sweet, I like to use this card because it highlights what's going on. So in the past, they were in a relationship, guys. They were definitely in a relationship. This is the 10 of Cups. This is, I mean, you see the little kitty cat, the little Persian kitty cat here with the beating heart on its chest and all the champagne, and well, actually I think those are wine glasses. You know what? I don't really drink, so someone will correct me. But all of these cups in surrounding this cat. And typically the 10 of Cups is about fulfillment, happy family. So I guess somebody could say, oh, maybe they were family friends. No, I don't think so. I think they were actually in a love relationship, because the specific question I asked is, were they in a romantic relationship in the past? And this is a hell yes, absolutely yes. And they made each other very happy. I know that Toni was married before. I feel like she had a child from that marriage, and they're probably divorced by now. But perhaps before she was married to that guy, she had a relationship with Babyface. And listen, I'm a millennial, but like I said, I was younger at that time, so maybe this is public knowledge, but it's something that I wouldn't know. So they did have a relationship at that time, but I feel like the relationship was a little bit imbalanced, obviously, because Toni she was the singer and I think he was the producer or the writer or something like that. So there's an imbalance there. But I also feel like their feelings weren't in balance with each other. I feel like Babyface, I'm just going to call him that for the rest of the video, but I'm using his real first name when I read for them. Babyface had more romantic feelings towards her. However, I don't think that he was faithful, because this Three of Cups here, I mean, this in this tarot deck is very lovely because you have the two cats who are smelling the flowers and the roses and they're chilling, butterflies are everywhere, but it's also the card of being a little bit friendly, chummy, like it's almost like my homegirl, my homeboy type of thing. I mean, you know how some people can get. They try to downplay their relationships because they don't want to get played themselves. And I feel like that's kind of what he did. Like, even though the emotions between these two in the past was so lovely, it's almost like he was like, oh, you know, I mean, you know how that goes, how the industry is, or you know, that she's just one of many. That's kind of the feeling that I get from Babyface, that he was kind of playing her a little bit. But he actually had deep feelings for her. He was just being immature. I don't know how old he is, but that's what my cards are saying. And as for Toni, she was head over heels in love with him, but I also feel like she was more concerned with her work, and she could have been more concerned with how things appear. I only drew one card for that, so I'm not exactly sure if she could have been dating somebody else as well, or maybe he was with someone else and she already knew, or if it was one of those, I don't want people to think that, you know, I'm on the casting couch for music or anything. I feel like it's something like that, because I at least from what I know from Toni, she's very concerned about appearances, and I feel like this comes up in the past with them, that they were in a very nice relationship. But Babyface was playing around and Toni was kind of like worried about what things look like. And this Six of Pentacles, I already went over it briefly, but there definitely was an imbalance in their relationship. So they both cared for each other. One person was trying to downplay it because they were concerned about their image, or maybe other people they were seeing, and the other person was trying to a little bit downplay it as well because they didn't want any type of scandal. They didn't want anything to get out. But actually, in the past at least, this was a beautiful relationship. I mean, if I got these cards for my relationship, I would have been a happy clam. So, wow, that's nice. Because, you know, on this channel, it's very rare to see a celebrity relationship with really nice cards. Okay, so now that we've seen them in the past, let's look at these two in the future. Or actually in the present. In the present first. Let's go with the present. Oh, one is upside down. That's upside down. Page of Swords. So somebody's lurking. And I think this person told me that these two lurk online. They know exactly what folks are saying about each other. So they're definitely lurking. So, hi Toni, hi Babyface. Anyway, all right, so let's see. How do they feel about each other now? Sorry, I apologize for the noise. I live on a very busy street. Hopefully the music will drown it. Aww. Oh, this is, I don't know. You know, this, you know what? This was a genuine connection. This wasn't PR. This wasn't, you know, doing something strange for business or whatever. I feel like this was a genuine connection, but now it's like they see each other as co-workers now. So the way that Babyface feels about Toni, so the Hermit is the single as a Pringle card for me. You know, this is somebody who is just alone. But this is also somebody who removed themselves from a situation in order to gain clarity about it. And I mean, the relationship is still on his mind. Because I asked how they feel about each other and how they feel about the relationship in general. The relationship is still on his mind. And like I said, in the past, I feel like Babyface, it's not that he had more feelings for Toni or that she had less feelings for him. I feel like his emotions were just stronger. It just hit him deeper. I don't know what their signs are, but I feel like his emotions hit him deeper. And I feel like he feels this relationship on a spiritual level. Whereas with Toni, she feels the good feelings of like family, like here, this is the generational wealth, the family card, all this building a legacy, all this stuff. She felt all those feelings, but I think for her at that time, and perhaps a little bit now, but I think she sees the bigger picture now. But she felt their relationship in a more mundane way, like this is a relationship. Whereas for him, I kind of feel like, not that it was a religious experience for him, but it was more, there was just something more. He felt magic with Toni, whereas she felt love, he felt magic with her. Oh my gosh, this but now, so now they see each other as co-workers. He's a little bit like I feel like he wants to be single, but he's dragging his feet a little bit. And I think that he was the one who turned his back on her. Whereas with her, I really think now she's feeling the same magic that he felt. And now she's sort of like, well, shit. You know, I kind of want, oh, I'm sorry for cursing, but you know, she's thinking, I kind of want to get back together. I want to heal this. I want this to be renewed. I want to make this work. I want to be a family with him. And this card is public. So I'm not sure if they've been hiding the relationship or if that's what it was, but it looks like she wants to come out. She actually wants this to be a thing. Like she wants people to see them. Oh my gosh. Listen, sometimes, if anyone knows me on social medias, on Discord or whatever, sometimes I come across as like a cold-hearted bitch, sometimes the Queen of Swords energy, but deep down I am Queen of Cups, okay? I like to see people happy in relationships, and just to see this Three of Pentacles here, I just feel bad for them because these are lovely cards, but they're just co-workers now. Okay, so now I guess they're broken up. And I saw them as just being co-workers together. Just in that Three of Pentacles, whenever I do it with celebrities, it always means that we're entertaining together. We're not like, it's just business now. But so they're broken up and they're not speaking to each other. And apparently he is dealing with a new lady named Rika, I think. I'm looking at a photo of her. She's sitting next to a huge vase of flowers, and she has on, I think, a trench coat and sunglasses. So I'm going to look at Babyface's relationship with Rika, but first I'm going to look at Rika herself. What kind of personality does she have? Because we already know Toni and Babyface after decades of being in the entertainment industry, and this Rika person, I don't know who she is. So, you know, like I said, I don't know much about, I know these celebrities, but I don't know what's going on with them because I barely pay attention. And I guess this Rika person, she's not a celebrity. So let's see. I'm actually reading blank. I knew she would have gotten this. Even in this photo that I'm looking at, I'll place it somewhere in here. She has the same energy as this Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so let's see. So obviously she likes the finer things in life. Sagittarius. You know, I I shouldn't laugh, but okay, Rika, maybe I should be careful about what I say, because you know what, I saw something like this in my last reading for Wendy Williams and what is that young lady's name? Wendy Williams' ex-husband's fiance, Sharina, I think that's her name. Okay. So, okay. First things first, Miss Rika, she does like the finer things in life. She does like to be taken care of. But that doesn't mean that she's always going around looking for a sugar daddy, because I see that she's resourceful on her own. She's actually a force to be reckoned with, to be quite honest. I don't know if she's famous or what, but she actually is a powerful force to be reckoned with. And the reason why I say that is because I see witchcraft in this spread. in this personality spread. And like I said before, this is a very similar thing that I saw in the Wendy Williams reading that I posted last week with Sharina, where it looks like she actually had work from the other side in order to get her man. I feel like the same thing applies with Miss Rika and Babyface, or maybe that's just what she does on her free time. Which, you know, no shade. It's a religion like anything else, so, you know, whatever. But it seems like she uses the power of the other side to get her way in romance, you know? So another thing that I see with her is that, you know, she does have a pretty chill side to her, to her personality. She's highly intelligent, but I also feel like she can be destructive. Like, there's just something here where I feel like anybody who deals with her, they need to be careful about what they say and what they do, because she could exact revenge against them. Yeah, so there is a relaxed side to her, a really nice, fun side to her, but it's almost like that's kind of a facade here, because when you cut it through, it's like, oh. And then this chariot person is somebody who they just plow through and they get whatever they want, and that's that. So you know, Babyface better be careful. He better not cross this lady, because, you know, there could be a painful reckoning for him. All right, so now let's look at the what's happening with the relationship between Babyface and Rika, who I guess this is a new relationship for him. Let's see. So this Seven of Cups, peeked out. We'll see what that means for the fuller spread. Wow. Huh. So I know you guys are tired of me making noises, and I'll just tell you what I think about this. To be quite honest, for the most part, this is actually a pretty strong relationship. I mean, there are only a few cards of concern that I see here, but it's looking like Babyface is kind of like he's in love. He's well, okay. Let me not be that enthusiastic, but he definitely, well, I feel like he is highly romantic. He likes to be in love. He likes to be in relationships. He likes to have these good, I guess, new relationship feelings. The only concerns that I really have here, at least on his side, is that this is more of an ego thing. And you know, Babyface, I haven't heard his name since, I don't know, 1996 or something like that. Like I don't mean to be shady or anything, but that's just the truth. So I haven't really paid attention to his life, or if he's been married or whatever, but I feel like this relationship is nice for him. He's enjoying himself. They're having a lot of great sex, if you guys want to know that. But I feel like this may be a little bit superficial on his side, because there's something, I feel like Rika, she reinforces his ego, and in this relationship, this is something that he enjoys. Like he's getting his head pumped up. And for me, I mean, this Six of Wands, this is a pretty nice card, but a lot of the times for me, it's also the card of someone's a little bit arrogant and that they need to hear applause in order to feel good about themselves. And I feel like this is what Rika gives him, so he feels good, you know? It's not necessarily what she means. And I feel like she is actually the strong person in this relationship. She's the more dominant person, but I feel like she diminishes herself in order to make him feel good so that they can keep this relationship together. But as for the energy of this relationship, I actually feel like it's pretty nice. It's pretty beautiful. This is the Queen of Cups here. You know, this is the card of deep feeling. Sometimes it can be a psychic connection, so they probably feel in sync with each other. But I feel like with Babyface, he probably feels in sync with everybody he dates, to be quite honest, because he seems like so much of a lover, you know? But yeah, but this Queen of Cups, she's beautiful for a relationship. It just shows that there's gentleness, there's compassion here for each other. And they kind of feel like maybe they speak telepathically, or that their dreams are stronger when they're together. You know, I mean, it's all really nice, fluffy stuff. It's nothing too bad. The couple of concerns I have, aside from what's going on with Babyface and sort of this, you know, stroke his ego to keep him here type of thing, is I feel like they are in new relationship energy right now, and they may not be seeing the real versions of each other, which makes sense if, you know, they're having great sex, which is the Ace of Wands. That's always the penis card for me. But they're having great sex, and she's pumping his head up with compliments to make him feel better. And I don't know how new this is, but this kind of feels like it's like in the honeymoon phase, but it feels like they're in the honeymoon phase. They don't really know each other that well, and they're also not being totally honest with each other. So they may have a wake-up call sometime later in the future about each other and what's really going on with this relationship. So I asked what will happen in the next 6 months, and I mean, this isn't a breakup, but this is an impasse where I think they may have to make a tough decision about whether or not they should stay together. So I mean, technically this also is telling me that the future is a little bit unknown to me, and it's also none of my business. That's like, my cards get snarky with me sometimes when I'm digging into strangers' businesses instead of a client's business. But I think 6 months down the line, next year, there's going to be an impasse with these two. And we may not see Rika again. Okay, and you know, I mean, these are probably the nicest cards I've gotten on a celebrity couple ever. And I've been reading on celebrity couples on Discord and forums and whatnot for 6 years now. These are the most beautiful, or at least the past relationship cards with Toni and Babyface. Those are the most beautiful cards that I've gotten for a celebrity. So I just want to look to see the future of these two, whether or not they're going to get back together, and actually, do they even want to get back together? So I'm just going to draw just a few cards, maybe 4 or 5. to see the future with these two. Oh, that just fell out. My goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. Okay. Do y'all see all these cups cards? Tell me y'all, these are nothing but cups cards, okay? All right, so first, okay, so the card that fell out first is the Four of Cups, and usually, and like I feel like infidelity happened in this relationship, to be quite honest, in their past and probably the present or near past relationship. So infidelity happened. Someone felt like the grass was greener on the other side, and I think eventually they're going to see that no, it actually wasn't that green. It was, piss yellow. Okay. But as for reconciliation, so I asked both of them, do they even want to get back together? And it looks like for now, Toni is moving on to better things. That's how she feels right now. Even though earlier I think she got the Star card, where now she's finally feeling the magic and she has ideas of reconciling. But right now, I feel like she wants to take the high road for right now. Whereas with Babyface, he wants it. He wants to get back together. And this card, the Six of Cups, this is the card of the past, of nostalgia, of childhood friends, first loves, second loves, maybe depending on how old you are, family as well, and soulmates. I mean, it's hard with Babyface because I feel like he may think that every woman he's with is a soulmate, but he definitely feels it about Toni, and I think that he does want to get back together with her, but at this moment in time, she's not. No matter what she feels unconsciously or subconsciously, not unconscious, no matter what she feels subconsciously, because I think she does as well, she physically, because this is a physical card, it's an emotional card, but there's movement in this card. Physically, she's moving away from him. And I asked if they will reconcile in the future, and it's up in the air. It's up in the air partially because they have so many other options, and it's almost like, why revisit the past when there's so much else, there are so many other things in front of us. But when I asked where they will be in 6 months, there's a possibility that they could get back together. There is later on down the line. And you remember that I saw that Rika and Babyface received the Two of Swords, which means that they have to decide whether they're going to get back together or break up. So it's possible that Toni may factor into all of that, because look, even though these cards aren't the best, the emotion is still here. The passion is still here. The love is still here. The hope is still here. Whereas, it's I don't know, maybe I'm being biased because I love their past energies, but it's a possibility that they could get back together. It all just depends on the options that are in front of them, So, oh goodness, oh my gosh, I'm going to be thinking about this reading for the rest of the day. Alright guys, so that's all I have for you for this reading with Babyface and Toni Braxton, as well as his new girlfriend Rika. I'm actually pulling for this couple to make it. to get back together, surprisingly, because those were the most beautiful celebrity love cards that I've ever had in the 5 or 6 years that I've been reading on celebrities on different platforms. So I don't know, hopefully they get it together. But in the meantime, if you would like a personal reading, you can reach me at www.tarotbymoko.com. I do all kinds of readings. I do love readings, career readings. I have a reading on small business. You can ask me whatever question you want to ask. I also do no contact, similar to what I've done for Toni and Babyface, as well as sugar daddy stuff, toxic energy, all this. You can check my page out at www.tarotbymoko.com again, and you can also follow me on other social medias. TikTok is not the best because I only post once a week on there. Instagram is where I'm at. I also do two live readings with my friend Bex Tarot. We do it on the week of the new moon and the full moon, and we're trying to keep to Sundays. So one day at 4 p.m. and the next day at 7 p.m. or the next time at 7 p.m. So you can find me there. And outside of that, bye. I'll see you next week.